only stop. All right. How y'all doing?
That could have been the whole show for me. Real talk. We do an hour of that.
Shalewa over there, can you hear us? I can't tell if Shalewa can hear us. She might be.
I'm gonna assume no. Shai's in the zone right now.
Yeah. All right. Let me get in the chat and see if I could see a. Let's see, Shalewa, can you hear us? I'm assuming
you ever take your hat on like a road trip and pack it in a bag, and now like the brim is just folded, and you realize it on the podcast?
First time I've seen that. So not gonna lie. Normally I wear my hats instead of pack them because they just don't. When you crunch them in the suitcase, it just don't do right.
Yeah, I bring multiple hats though on the road.
Right, of course.
This was the book bag hat, and now I got like a weird curve.
Right, you want to be prepared.
Real talk.
Shalewa, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, we hear you now.
Hey.
All right.
I can hear you. I can see you. Gotta admit, this was the fastest I've gotten on this show.
Hey, look, we came prepared.
Breaking personal records.
I know.
As long as it took, we didn't care.
Oh, we don't mind. We got
we were going. If we had to come to your house, we was gonna find a way to get you all here today.
You know,
all right.
Sometimes Mercury retrogrades right. You know what I mean?
Sometimes.
Exactly. You know, they don't talk about that though.
No, they don't.
All right, here we go. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tales podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we are live on a Tuesday night.
Yes.
Ready to celebrate International Left-Handers Day with some of our fellow people. It's a treat for me and all my other fellow Southpaws. We have the co-host of the War Report podcast. We got Gastor, Almonte, and Shalewa Sharp. What's going on, y'all?
What's good?
Hello. Is it International Left-Handers Day?
Oh, yeah. We're just trying to make it in this white supremacist world.
Roger celebrates every year. Yeah.
Dealing with the right man, holding us down.
One of his favorite holidays.
Yeah, I mean, you could learn the right way to write if you wanted to.
Some people say that, but when you living in a white supremacist society, that's what they want you to think, right? They always say, "Oh, if something went wrong, what they go? It went left." Oh, you got a bad idea. It's all the crazy out in left field. You out in left field with that one. It's a lot of little subliminal stuff. The word sinister is actually derived from people being left-handed. It means evil. So we've been dealing with this type of oppression our whole lives. And I don't expect people with right privilege to understand that what we dealing with,
Well, look, I don't see direction. So
that's what they like to say. But my life, okay.
I write right-handed, but like I'm a lefty politically, you know what I mean? So I'm with you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and honestly, there's a lot more left-handed people than we realize because many people are actually forced to write with their right hand.
Yes.
LeBron James is one of these people. He's actually left-handed. He's possibly the greatest basketball player of all time. He's left-handed, but he shoots with his right because he was basically told not to do that, to be ashamed because parents be forcing people into the left-handed closet. It's sad.
Do they think it's like the devil or something? Have you heard that it's some sort of evil?
That's where the sinister stuff comes from. Yeah, they really think it's evil.
But the argument could be made that he became the greatest basketball player ever because he was forced to learn how to use the other hand.
Right, because he was so good with his left. People still to this day think like, oh yeah, he's right-handed. They check him to his right. They try to force him to his left, but he can finish all those plays because he's still naturally left-handed. You can never get rid of what God gave you, dog. It is what it is. He's left-handed.
Real talk, yo.
Like he be finishing with that left. Sometimes I'll be like, this nigga, I know what you doing, bro. I do that. Oh, I'm going this way, psych. But anyway, man, how are y'all been? What's going on with y'all in y'all world?
Oh, I just bad. I don't want to speak for both of us. I personally am, but
I'm super bad too right now. You know what I mean? I attempted to go. I told Shai I tried to go back to a regular job. It did not take. I did a whole week of that. I was like, nah, that's not me.
Regular job, no. Particularly if you've been out, no. That 9 to 5, punching them clock, them managers, them supervisors, all them rules and regulations and shit. You be like, the fuck is this?
Wait. So it was a week. Now, are you saying this week?
Real talk.
I'm out at the end of this week. Don't call me back.
5 days. I woke up for the 6th shift and I had a panic attack in the bedroom with the missus. It was like 4 a.m. I was like, yo, shorty, I ain't about this. And she's like, you barely been about it. It's been 5 days. You know what I
mean? What did she think? What did your wife think of you saying, that's it, I'm done?
Admittedly, like, she's like, yo, this used to stress me out. But she's like, you do this like every couple years. She's like, you think you're going to like, you know, like, yo, this creative life is too up and down. You know what I mean? You want to get stable. And then, you know, you go and you get your real estate license or something. You do some weird new thing. And you give it up and you go back to telling jokes. So she's like, this is who you are now. It says what it is.
Wait a minute. You came on the pod with this story, but you failed to mention that this is a cycle for you.
So I didn't know that.
So I poured into you and I gave you all this advice and all of this. Hey, man, sometimes you got to step out on faith, but we don't know, you know, we ain't necessarily the faithful type, but sometimes that's what you got to do. I had the best self-help talk for you and for me. And you mean in 2 years, I'm going to have to do this shit again?
Hell yeah. Because I didn't know, Sha. But Sha, I didn't know. Your talk is what allowed me to open up to my wife. I was like, yo, you know, wow. I talked it over on the pod. And she's like, Gastor, you do this all the time. She's like, none of this is new. She's like, this is who
like, I know the pattern. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, sure.
So do you earnestly start, like every 2 years, you earnestly start longing for like, I need some steady employment. I'm going to go to a regular job. And you get there and then you earnestly work for 5 days. And then you earnestly realize like, wait a minute, I fucking hate this. Why am I doing this? So
I packed all them trucks with all of my heart at Brown Army. Okay. I was with it. I was like, yo, let's do it. I was learning the system. I was scanning. You know how good I was doing, Rod? They even gave me nicknames already. You know, yo, Cool Man G. I was in. Like they rocked with me, yo.
Not the nicknames.
That mean they gonna miss you. They gonna miss you showing up. They gonna be like, what happened to Cool Man G?
Yeah, they was like, came in with this bubbly personality. He just gone.
Gone. Wow. Yo. Real talk. I resigned through text, and I still got like a paragraph response from each of the supervisors. They're like, hey, yo, man, we get it. You know what I mean? Good luck out there. Like I got for real, like heartfelt responses from them, yo. Did
they ask to come see you when your next stand up? Like, would they like let us know when you out here?
I only told one of them I was a stand up. Everybody else just thinks I was like a 40-year-old, like getting my life together. You know.
you should leave a flyer when you leave. You can get some new fans. Be like, hey, but look, if y'all not doing nothing, you still miss me. You can still be Cool Man G on the stage.
Gastor, as somebody who has worked the 9 to 5 majority of my life, you have to be, particularly if you're a creative. I feel like 9 to 5s aren't made for creatives. They beat the creativity out of creatives. Because it's very structured. You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, we do this, we do this. We don't give a fuck about your creativity. We don't want to do nothing new. We don't want to do nothing outside our routine. This is the system. You need to learn it. And it kind of beats that out of people. And so for you to be like, I won't say wild and free, but, you know, just doing your own thing and setting your own schedule, going to lunch when you want to, all types of shit like that, going to break when you want to, you know. And, you know, you get sick, you just go to bed and lay down. You ain't got to write nobody and be like, hey, can I use PTO time and all that other bullshit? You don't have to worry about that.
Real talk. That's what my wife was calling out. She's like, you know how many naps you take? She's like, you can't work no more. You're like, you nap all the time.
I'm just going to say, I agree with Karen, but also those things are not germane to creatives. Like, regular motherfuckers want to take a nap sometimes. Everybody don't want to take lunch at 12. Like, it's like, you don't got to be a creative, but I absolutely, as a creative person, have experienced that, like, burnout of the job. It's just like, fuck. And I'm the kind of person that try to liven up the work with my creativity. So I'm like, what if we do it different? I'm gonna start the meeting with a joke, and then immediately it's just like, why did I do that? These motherfuckers don't want that. They just want to leave like I do.
Well, I'll tell you, I actually did the opposite. I'm a retail hoe. I've always worked retail, and so when I moved to New York, I actually have stumbled into two kind of office jobs, and I'm in one now. The thing is, I work with people who are either creative or consider themselves creative because it's in the art world. So they
Mm.
talk a good game about like work life balance, and they want you to have your own thing going on so that you're living a fulfilled life. And I'm like, okay, bet. I got to be gone for a week because I need to go do shows. And they're like, well, I mean, I guess, or I'm going to be late because I got to go tape a thing and it's like, oh, you are creative. So
Yeah,
I call
it
their
is
bluff.
nice.
So I do, sure, I have to go to lunch at 1.
Yeah.
But I also don't answer your emails for a couple of days. I'm creative. It was too, so I'm too creative to get back to you right away.
Right. Yeah. When
So,
I was in
yeah.
game theory, the good thing about working in New York with creative people is all of them are hustling. So like
Yeah.
there's a level of understanding that they have. So like I was the most professional motherfucker there because I'm like getting there on time. It's my first job and shit in that industry. I'm just treating it like a 9 to 5. I'm like,
Yeah.
they said be here at 9. These motherfuckers high as fuck coming in at 11. I was like, what, we can do that? You know what I mean? Just I don't feel like writing that thing. I'm like, that doesn't seem like it should be an option. They told us to write it, and we was in the meeting and we agreed, and now we back in our office. We should probably do what the fuck we said. So yeah, it is different. So yeah, if you do go on a trip or need to leave early, they can't call you on that shit because they do that shit too.
Mhm.
Yeah, they really do. Also, I told them in the interview process that I do stand up, which I did for both jobs and got both jobs. And people swear, don't tell them that because they're going to think you're unreliable and you're not, you can't be trusted with stuff because your mind won't be there. But when I first moved here, I was like, I'm a 40-year-old woman who just up and moved to New York from Atlanta from a good job.
Right.
Why would I do that? I
Mhm.
got to give them a reason.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, yeah, I do stand up. And they're like, oh, okay. So then can you be here at 8 in the morning? And I'm like, yes, I can do
Bingo.
that.
There's no shows at that time.
I'm not thinking.
No 8 a.m. shows.
Will the check will the checks arrive every other Friday in my direct deposit?
Then yeah.
I
I'm
will
there.
be
Be
here.
here
Yes.
at the time.
Mhm.
I was thinking about you today, Shalewa, because I knew you were gonna be on the show, and I was thinking about you too, Gastor and Karen, all at the same time. Because I've been watching a lot of true crime, specifically for my man, my favorite.
Yes, I love for my man.
My favorite one, and Fatal Attraction. Shout out to TV1.
Oh, okay.
But I realized like something you don't ever want to get caught up in life is a series of events. You know what I mean? Like a series of circumstances. Like you don't ever want to get caught up in that shit. Like a chain of events. That's fucked up because something bad's gonna happen. But the other thing you don't ever want to do, and me and Shalewa will never have to worry about this. But Karen, Gastor,
oh snap.
it's not a good look.
Okay.
You never want to light up the room when you come in.
Oh yeah, that's
You know,
me.
Yeah, no.
That's 100% me.
100% of these dead motherfuckers lit up the room.
Yeah, I already know.
And they all dead. Like, take it down a notch.
Yeah, I already know if certain things happen, I'm gonna be the first one to die. I have accepted that. I have embraced that. Like, I know I'm gonna be the first thing smoking out of here because my personality will not allow me to calm it down.
What?
Take it down.
Why? This is the level I'm at.
Everyone.
Well, it's because the people who are described as, you know what, they lit up a room when they came in.
Yeah.
They're talking about someone who's been recently murdered.
Yep.
They lit up a room. Every true crime, the big description is I wish you could have met, they just lit up a room when they came in.
I have such a bright personality.
Because the first,
so
the
great.
first 10 minutes of all true crime is the same. It's, hopefully if you get the reenactments, you get a good one. But like, it's always like the murder, like, oh, I was walking down the street. I found a dead body. Police, come help. And then they get the narrator. And the narrator does the like, so-and-so was born such and such or whatever the fuck. And then immediately they go to the people that live, like they family, they friends, they coworkers. And the first fucking thing they say, we used to call him Cool Money G, man. He used to light up the room, man. He worked for a week at the box store, and then they found him in a dumpster. And it's like, fuck. All the cool, nice people dead.
Yeah, so that's going to be you, Gastor. So please watch out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'd pick my
Anyone who's
outfits
out
differently if like I knew any day could be it.
Mhm.
So like, should I tone it down or should I hang out with other people who tone up more than me,
Higher
so
than
that
me.
by perspective I'm not the highest?
Okay,
not
so you want to come in like a 45 watt and hang out with a bunch of 60 watts.
I got to know what there's only so much I could do. Like I don't know how to be less, but
That's
I
a
can
good
understand.
That's a good strategy. I would like to see you and Karen hang out with people that are more outgoing than y'all. Just so
I
can
can't
see.
imagine what that is like. Actually, oh, my head hurts at the idea of it.
That would be.
Are y'all gonna hang out with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool? Like what the fuck? What the fuck is higher than this?
Everybody's gonna be the Energizer Bunny. It's gonna be a lot.
Good God.
Me and Karen in the corner, like, what's up with this guy? You know?
Yes, we gonna that's too much.
He's gonna be the life of the party. He's definitely dead.
Yes, he's gonna be the first one they take out.
I'm just saying, if you listening to this show, look around to your left, to your right. If you the life of the party, the light in the room, take it down a notch, dog.
Switch to water. Stop drinking. Switch to water.
Right. Light attract things. You don't want to attract stuff. Turn it down. There's no need to be light. Be a little darkness. They don't never start the shit and be like, he was kind of introverted and I thought he was a bit of a jerk. But
nope.
Yeah.
For some reason they killed him. Like, nah, that person's alive. If anything, they the murderer. If anything.
I know. I want people to say about me, oh, was she there? That's what I want to say.
Perfect. No notes. I want to leave a party, and when I get a text later, it's like, you came? I'm like, I was there for like 10 minutes and I left.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Just enough for an alibi or whatever.
Yes, that is 100% right. We are like two different ends of the spectrum. Particularly like when we go out to eat and things like that, the people always come, particular places we go to frequently, they always come, they always talk, and like normally they're coming for me. They don't really come for him. He's kind of a byproduct of, well, I guess since you're here. But if he goes by himself, they come up to him and they're almost like, oh, what's happening? And they realize they came for me. And like, I was that light and I'm gone now. So now they get like the dimness of Roderick. Honey, they like
Dimness. Please name your autobiography.
Dimness of
Roderick. Please.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
and
I'm
so
okay with it.
They're like, wait a minute, you're not as talkative. Roderick's like,
I'm nice. I'm gonna give you a tip, but we don't need to add more shit to this. It's safe.
By the time I finish, I know everything about you.
Neither one of us care about each other's lives like that. This is a transaction, and that's fine. I'm a polite person. I've never been rude to anyone, but like, I'm here. You see, I got my fucking tablet out. I'm trying to read my comic book. I don't really want to know what you think about comic books. I'm thinking about them right now.
That real talk, Dimness of Roderick. That sounds like a Tim Burton movie. That I want to
really
watch.
does.
I'm so about it.
Does. I mean, he gonna animate that shit, but it won't be no black people in it, so I don't know how he gonna.
I don't know. You never know. There may be. I mean, even what's her name? Sophia Coppola stumbled over Marlon Wayans. So, you know.
You right.
She had 1.5. I mean, that's not bad.
Greg Robinson needs some work, man. Like, tell him, let's do this. I'll write it. You fucking get him some work, man. The other thing I'll say before we get into some news articles, I have articles I want to talk to y'all about. I saved them for y'all. So I went to my doctor's appointment for what it was supposed to be a checkup, but it turned into a physical, which is very interesting because she didn't tell me that. When I went to check in, they were like, "Oh, you're here for your physical," and I was like, that is not what was discussed, and definitely not what was on my chart. But luckily for them, I hadn't eaten anything. It was early in the morning, so I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it." And so I went to do that, and it was really good. I've been like, for the last 6 months, been like physical trainer, nutritionist, working out, all this different shit. So like, I'm seeing my numbers like move up, like trend in the right directions and stuff. And now like I have a little less anxiety about the doctor because I'm like, I'm expecting these numbers. They better be good, you know.
Like, they better be.
Like,
I've been working.
Before I was just like a person that didn't study for a test. Like, why the fuck we gotta do a test today, you know? But so that part's not the joke. But there was this white lady in there who was in there before me, and this black lady was in there before me. But it's appointment, and I literally was like 1 minute late, but I got there, or whatever, and like I'm checked in, and so they're ready for me. So immediately they come out and get me before the other people, and everyone's quiet and pleasant enough. But when the woman comes out to get me, the white lady jumped up and goes, "Hey, I was here first." And me and the black woman that was a nurse looked at each other like, "Oh shit, we got a Karen."
Yeah.
We about to go viral.
And it's more than one doctor. So,
Yeah.
it's one of these things where your doctor could have been anybody, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right. So your doctor could have been behind anything.
But it was so funny though, because she was joking. She was just fucking with us. As she starts laughing, we start laughing. And I'm like, damn, she used the Karen flip on us. Like, she used it to set up the joke, and it worked. We was in the back weighing ourselves and laughing and shit. Like, damn, that was good.
That was a good one.
Yo, they doing that. They flipping it on us. Did you see a tweet from someone? Which, by the way, Twitter is the only entity where I use its dead name. Let me just go ahead and say that now. I use the old name. There was a tweet by someone who said that they were out in they were an AKA and they were out in their colors, and a white woman saw her and said, "Okay, Kamala, like, I see you, Kamala," or "Hey, Kamala," something like that. And the woman was about to be mad, but saw that the white woman was like laughing and like realized what she was saying. And so I mean, it's funny, but it also that laugh that laugh that you have to do when you're like, "Oh, I get it."
Right.
Like, it's not
like, she didn't get a full-throated laugh, but I appreciated her taking the chance. You know what I mean? There's only a few ways white people can let us know they're cool, and that's unfortunately for them, they have a lot to overcome. And that's one of the things they can do is, like, they hit you with that joke, like, "I'm aware that white people full of shit," and I'm like, okay,
right. So I won't laugh like with my gut. Know that with my gut, I'm like, well done.
Exactly.
I don't know if that's what they're going for.
Yeah, it's like watching a dog do like a trick or something. You're like, huh, they can do that. You shot that basketball.
It makes me think about that time we had went to go vote. I think it's during COVID, and you had a "Not Today Karen" shirt, and a lot of the white women were coming up to you, talking about that shirt, and we had the same response, like, "Huh?
They loved it.
Yes,
they loved it. They didn't know my wife's name was Karen,
right?
But they loved it because they was like, them white women do be acting wild, and it's one of the few ways they can let us know I'm one of the good ones. That's what, at least that's what they're hoping, because obviously there's gonna be a lot of white women that were like, "Fuck them. I hate that motherfucking shirt. That's a racial slur to me," and they probably don't go talk to me, but fuck them. And they can only prove they are Karen by saying something to me. So it's like, how can you win with that?
Yeah. Remember when they had to let us know they were cool by different like hairstyles?
Yeah.
When you saw a hairstyle, you were like, okay, they're probably all right. It was either a hairstyle or if they had a nameplate like necklace that said something like "bitch" on it, then you're like, yeah, okay, you're probably good. Or if you were a white guy, you had a chin, I call them my chin strap soldiers, a chin strap beard. I was like, okay, we may have a fighting chance with this one.
From the 90s,
a decent shape up.
From the 90s to like 2010-ish, 2000, they had that one bob haircut that white women had, the asymmetrical bob. That was
the Johnny Kate.
Yeah, and it basically, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I was like, you fuck niggas. Like that, like, you crossed all the way over.
You see certain haircuts on white women, you go, "Oh, you know about us.
You chosen the side." Okay.
Yes, you have.
I see. And then with the white dudes, if they had that fade.
Yes. If they had the fade, respectable black man haircut. If they had one of those.
Yes, they anywhere they go ends with cuts with a Z. Anywhere like that. If we're not going to no super cuts.
Right. You can't get no shit at sports clubs.
No.
Also, there's a tilt of the head, which I don't know if everyone noticed, like if men notice the other tilt, but if a guy is trying to flirt with you and he does the tilt of the head, I'm like, oh, I see I see what's happening. Like you were tilting down as if, like, when I see that tilt of the head, I automatically hear the opening of "Let's Get It On" by Marvin Gaye. Like there's a tilt, and then I hear, and I'm like, okay, I see. All right.
And listen, I'm
I don't know how to
adventurous.
respond to that. I'm looking like, what's happening here?
And like I try to be like exploratory and adventurous. I was in Boise, Idaho. I was like, let me get a haircut from a white dude. So I found like a white barber shop, and they got the machines, but like they got no adjustments. Like it's just like, oh, you don't like it's just a one shape up for everybody. They don't do lines, they don't got the lineup thing, nothing.
Nope.
So I was like, I asked him for a cut, and like he was done. I thought he was just getting started. You know, I was like, you know, like I like, all right, you took the hair off, but like, you know, like what we doing?
He was taking that smock off of you or whatever the fuck. Like, all right, that'll be $25.70.
I'm like, what's happening here? He's like, oh, we done. He's like, we done. Like, I don't got no line. There's no differentiation between the side of my head and the top of my head. He's like, nah, that's the whole thing. Like, this is insanity, B.
But at least he didn't wet your hair, because, you know, they don't know nothing about our hair. You know, some of these places, they like wash them white men's hair. They be wanting to wash. You be like, why are you washing my hair?
Yeah, I've never taken a chance, ever. Like, I walk in there, I see more than like 3 white people. I'm like, this ain't for me.
Yeah, it wasn't for me either, but it felt like anthropological, you know? Like,
you need to do the research. You need to do the research. Now you got a story to tell. I get why you did it. I've done things for the experience, but never with my hair. I can't. That's my dad said the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut is 2 weeks. I don't got the time. Be fucked up for 2 weeks, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That's an
I got
excellent
hats,
point.
though. I believe in the hats.
All right. Well, let's get into some stories, but I gotta play a beat first, so I know where to go back later and throw these damn commercials in. We'll be right back. All right, that's Rare Desire by Infrared Crypto. Thank you, buddy. News. Let's talk about it. B-girl Ray Gun has defended her unique set of moves at the Paris Olympics.
Huh.
Yeah, Ray Gun is caused like an international controversy. Like, it's bad.
It's terrible.
She's upset that they're not gonna have the breakdance in the Olympics in 2028 now. So amidst criticism, Ray Gun stood by her performance, emphasizing the importance of creativity in her routine. I was never going to beat these girls on what they do best, their power moves, she told reporters, according to ESPN. What I bring is creativity. All of my moves are original.
Very original. Not even breakdancing.
Creativity is really important to me. I go out there and I show my artistry. Sometimes it speaks to the judges and sometimes it doesn't. I do my thing and it represents art. That's what it's all about. Don't forget, she got a 0 score. It didn't connect very well with the judges. But yeah, so it turns out that well, hold on, let me first say, I haven't verified this information. This is just what I saw on Reddit from some people that claim they know. So maybe we'll find out more when ESPN does a deep dive on this. And I do expect a 12-part 30 for 30 on everything. Like, y'all got to fly someone to Australia because this shit was egregious. But they're saying that she basically rigged the competition to where, like, they reached out to the, like, Australian Breakdancing Federation, which she runs, like the Australian Olympic Committee. So they pick like however many girls to go do it or whatever, but she's among them. Her husband is the fucking judge for the other organization that picks who will be the one to represent Australia. So he happened to pick his wife.
You knew she was fucking terrible. What the fuck is this?
She goes to Australia. She goes to the Olympics in France, representing Australia in the fucking breakdancing Olympics, even though it seems it was rigged and just pure nepotism.
Yeah. So right, exactly. They had their through. I guess there was a dance company of some sort or
Mhm.
association that the Olympic association reached out to, but they're like ballroom dancing, and they're like,
Mhm.
but here is the breakdancing group, and her husband is like the head of that, and she's also like the head of that. And so the Olympics went to them, and they're like, "Can you find us people?" And they were like, "Sure." So,
They didn't mean
so
you.
so they came up with the times, I think, or when they were going to have the trials, and she won, air quotes, won at the trials. So she went
Mhm.
to represent the B girls, and her husband went as their coach, and they got a young man to do for the B boys, who he was fine. Here is
Mhm.
my thing, because I am, anywho, no one watched the men's.
And
I
It
don't
was
that's
think
good.
it was good.
Yeah.
Saturday
that's what
was so
everybody
fucking good,
said it was
and they
good.
used real fucking hip hop music, which I don't know what the fuck happened on Thursday with the women's competition because I hadn't
They
heard
were
them songs.
using a lot of Latin. They cleared like 300 songs, and they
Uh-huh.
didn't want to use the same songs over. So they cleared a whole bunch of music. A lot of it was kind of like classic, like
Mhm.
b-boy breaks, but classic as in like what was popping in the 70s classic. Like
Yeah.
legit, like when it was
Instead of 80s.
starting, like when
Mhm.
Crazy Legs was young.
Right.
You
Okay.
know what I mean? Like that
Right.
kind of. So the songs, like some of the songs are the breakbeats I recognized hearing. And when
Mhm.
I would hear them, it's when I'm at a club and they're like, we're gonna do it like real old school, and they're gonna take it back to
Uh,
like so it was authentic, but it wasn't. I don't know if that's what everyone's practicing to.
yeah, it
Right.
just felt like when I think of breakdancing, there's an era I think of, and there's music I think of. And the men's music sounded more like that to me than the women's music. The women's music sounded kind of borderline like dance, like party club music, like all, not full like, but like it was getting close to that sometimes. And I was like, who picked this?
Yeah, yeah, that's what it was. They were using like, well, since it started in the Bronx, they were using like, kind of Latin tinged music,
Mm,
basically. So, Spanish Harlem stuff that was popping there, or popping like
mm,
where Puerto Ricans were. And like, there was one song that I always think of with breakdancers where the chorus is just like people going Puerto Rico, oh, and I'm a little
well,
surprised they didn't use that,
yeah,
kind of, because I'm like, that
Yeah.
would be
I
that.
actually know that one.
Yeah, yes,
You
exactly.
know what I'm
That's how well
saying?
known. But they definitely used some that I was just like, oh wow, they're really. I was like,
And
wow,
it's
they're
really
really going back, and they didn't use too many. Like there were a couple of songs on the
right.
day of the women's that I was like, oh, I love this song. This is great.
Mm.
But I also see like house people dancing to that, doing their house
Yes,
moves to
that's
it.
what it was. That's
You
what it was.
know?
Good
It
call.
was borderline house music. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. And I was just a little perplexed, but it makes it worse when it's Ray Gun flipping around to the shit. Cause then you're like, where are you
Right.
finding the beat? Do you
Right.
understand
The
Mm-hmm.
purpose.
what is happening? And like I said, the men's it's messed up because there were actually good dancers
Yeah.
that did well. No one gave a fuck about them. No one
Nope.
shared their shit. No one live tweeted
Yeah.
it. So it makes this seem like the whole thing was a farce, but it sounds like this one person rigged shit all the way to the fucking Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's actually gonna seem like it sounds like they've besmirched the entire ordeal to the point where it's like we can't have this in the Olympics anymore. And I'm like, for one motherfucker, fuck her.
No, yeah. Well, I think with the Olympics it's every host city gets to pick
Mm,
a sport that they can have, that
mm,
they want to have. Or, they're given a choice of like they give their choices of what they'd like to have in at their Olympics, and then the IOC will go, okay, we'll do this one if you want.
mm,
So I think Paris, like, really, they were really
mm.
gunning for breakdancing.
I
And
wonder what LA is gonna do. I think they should do the shooting competition, but you got to shoot sideways.
they
Yo, I'm
they
so
have
about it, yo.
they have the ones that they offered. They want flag football. or
Yeah, that's
football,
gonna be
Oh
fire.
yeah, I did see that.
or lacrosse, or cricket, or baseball and softball.
I want sea walking so bad, yo.
Oh,
That would be
Sea
a
walking?
good- that
Sea walking
that
would
would
be
be a
fire.
good. 'cause
they
yeah,
not ready. Bring Snoop Dogg back. They not
Straight
ready.
up.
that would be flames.
They not ready. Oh my god.
talk.
Oh.
and
Dum, 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 dum.
yes,
Telling you.
that would be flames. And I think for the breakdancing, it was very disrespectful because I don't know. This is just open my third eye. A bunch of white people making these decisions. Y'all didn't consult anybody, black or brown, because they would have told y'all them beats was whack. They'd have told y'all that shit sucked. Like somebody somewhere would have been like, "Nah, we need to approve different songs." Like it made no sense.
They
I
cleared
see crazy legs everywhere, but that.
Yeah,
I see that
wonder.
dude all the time for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Shit, they don't even gotta do it. Like I see him on serious.
We should have looked up. First of all, the aesthetic was wrong. They should have been, instead of gold medals, they should have been the winner gets a children's like charity house that is about to close that they're dancing for. The winner gets to keep theirs open in their community. They should have had like a Steve Harvey type person judging between rounds,
A live DJ.
like a hype man.
They had 2 live
The
DJs.
Yeah, that I'll give them.
Yeah, they should have been mic'd up. Like they wasn't mic'd up. They was just playing the beats. I needed a little bit more of something like that. I needed them to like stun on each other a little bit more. Now I did see the brother that predicted the final move of the other fucking dancer.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that shit, I was like, that's that shit right there. We needed more of that.
Well, I thought they probably were thrown off because it was just the 2 of them on the space. So I was like, so they don't even get to make the circle. They should have to go into a space where people are already dancing and having fun, and then fuck up their fun by opening up a circle.
Yes.
As you can see, I've had my fun interrupted by breakers before, and then it should be inside.
Yes.
Yeah, and like you say, the DJ should call out the people who are going against each other. Like this should be the DJ's job. So like everybody participate, make a big circle, and then you start calling the people out.
And you can't use the same announcers you do for other shit. That was wild. Like,
yes,
like just some random white dude being like, all right, well, logistics is up next, and it looks like the best part of this, you got to get off to a good start. A good start.
You mean the people doing commentary?
Yeah, the commentators. You see some actual like people in that understand hip hop and breakdancing to do the commentary, because those people felt like they were pulled off of like, hey, we're done with surfing. Can you guys got a minute?
With the 2 dudes that were doing it, there was one guy. I'm listening to him. There's one guy who clearly knew about breakdancing, and the other guy absolutely didn't. So at one point, like the guy who knew what he was talking about would say something, and the other guy was like, "Yeah, that was a lot of energy." And I was like, "Yo, this is not going to work."
Very generic.
It was so obvious.
I heard at some point the guy who didn't know anything was like, wow, I gotta say, Danny, or whatever, he was like, that was probably my favorite battle today. And then the guy was like, okay. And I went, oh, he's tired. He's tired.
The other dude is just giving general platitude.
Yeah.
So like I said, literally at one point I remember him saying something like, well, this is the start, and it's really important to get off to a good start. I'm like, you can say that about every single competition and everything. There's no Olympic competition where you like, what you don't want to do is get a good start. You want to start slow and work your way up.
Real talk. Fuck it up top, B. You know what I mean? That's the way.
But they had 2 women doing like the qualifying round, and there were one of those women, like for the B girls, they were trying to give some sort of information, but for the B boys, like she was like halfway through, she was like, a song would drop and she's like, let's go. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's
y'all
what I
feeling it. So, but they put the 2 dudes on for prime time. But those women were kind of like, all right, let's go. Come on. Let's see what you got. And I was like, they're having fun.
Yeah, I don't think Ray, I have no issue with somebody doing something terrible if you're genuinely interesting. None of those moves, she's talking about originality. None of those moves was original. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. None of those moves is fire. Yeah. The T-Rex.
I'm like, I did the sprinkler thing.
Yeah, we've done all
like children can do that.
When she's on her side, like that's like, girl,
she literally did the curly shuffle.
Yeah.
Yes.
But talking about you breakdancing, if you
Now,
don't,
Yeah.
they have.
And
Oh, go ahead, Gastor.
now I was gonna say, like, I am pro nepotism. I'm all about nepotism. I want to earn the right to make you watch my kids do terrible things that they dreamed of. I'm about it. I'm not pro hidden nepotism. That's my only beef with this.
Right.
Be open with it so we know what the deal is and we can all laugh together and dream about doing this with our kid. But you or like my partner, I'd love to, yo, shorty, you want to dance in front of 1 million people and embarrass yourself? If that's what I need to do to show you I love you, hell yeah, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm all about it. But like, don't hide it. That's my issue with it. You hit it.
Well, Raygun hit it. And now change.org, they've started a petition. They're trying to get 15,000 signatures. It's already at 14,757. And almost and over 12,000 of those people signed it today. The petition was started 2 days ago. It's a petition to the Prime Minister of Australia. They went to the manager.
Yeah, you know she had no business doing that.
They went to the manager of the country, of the nation, like, hey, go get your girl.
Yeah, she knows she didn't have no business out here.
They said she set up her own governing body for breakdancing. She's manipulated the selection process to her own advantage, despite the clear talent and qualification of other outstanding female breakdancers like G Clef and Holly Molly. They were unfairly overlooked. The NT Yulong Boys, a group of incredibly talented and underprivileged youth from the Northern Territory, were denied crucial funding by Dr. Gunn to attend the qualifiers. I told you, it's always a community center in need. A decision that directly impacted their chance to showcase their skills on a national stage. Disturbingly, Dr. Gunn went on to win her own qualifier, defeating other phenomenal breakdancers, raising serious questions about the fairness and integrity of the process. If Dr. Gunn's husband is indeed the Australian coach and part of the selection panel, this represents a blatant conflict of interest that cannot go unchecked.
Right.
We demand a public apology from Rachel Gunn and Anna Mears for misleading the Australian public and attempting to gaslight the public and undermine the efforts of genuine athletes. We also call for a full investigation into the selection process, an audit of Dr. Gunn's business dealings, a global public apology to the breaking community for unethical behavior that has tainted this sport. Rachel Gunn's lack of ethics and morals raise serious concerns about her fitness to teach and hold any position of authority in the sport or university. Australia must do better by its athletes and ensure that the principles of fairness, transparency, and integrity are upheld in all aspects of Olympic selection.
They're going for her neck.
Wow, she's going to end up braiding hair in a house in the Pacific Northwest. She's going to have to open up a shop with Rachel Dolezal, I think.
She getting canceled, dog. This is crazy. They going all the way to her job. Because she teaches breakdance
right
at a university.
How do you teach this?
Yeah,
well, she teaches like race studies. And wrote a paper on being a B girl in a B boy world, which is shut up. So
you remember that era, by the way? And like, I felt like in like the early 2000s, late 90s, there was a lot of like middle like America white girls that was like, yo, I'm gonna study African American studies, and I don't know what they do for a living now. Like, you can't hire that lady. They're all this. There's a whole bunch of like white girls with like PhDs in African American studies.
Well, I mean, they're all, I don't know. I think they're probably like bank managers.
That's right. Somebody's supervisor.
That's honestly what I think happens to him. Like, I think Creation works in accounts receivable.
Yes, she does. Using her regular
Fendi. Man, no, but for real though, how is Creation doing? Is she all right? Is she good?
I think she just went back to being white.
Yep.
I think that's all.
Yeah,
they just go back.
Yeah. I mean, look at Justin Timberlake. He was like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, hand me a flannel. I'm done with this shit.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna go be in the woods.
I could talk for years about that whole switch, because just man of the woods, and I'm like, buddy, we saw you grow up. Who you fooling?
Yeah,
you ain't never been in no woods. What woods?
You were overalls. Fuck out of here. But you know what? I understand. It gets tough. The first
Yes, sir.
controversy happens, and it's like, oh, this what being black is like.
Mhm.
Whoops.
Thank you.
A lot of us will opt out if we could. We just can't.
We can't.
We don't have to opt. That's why we really be so mad at like Post
Yes,
Malone. It's
sir.
like, really, Post Malone? You just gonna go back to being white? It's like, yeah, buddy. Don't know what to tell you, but if you want to see me sing "God Bless America" before the Super Bowl, I'll
Oh
be
my
there with my
God.
guitar.
You be like, how,
Man.
sir?
Yeah, I just read that he put out a country album. And I'm like, well, this took long enough. Why
Yeah.
didn't you do this from the start? That said, I really enjoy his first album.
I heard that he came from that lane, kind of fucked around with rap, and then went back. To
Yeah,
that.
no,
That's really him going home.
yeah, he had a mixtape, and someone played the mixtape for me, and it's all like Fleetwood Mac songs. And I was like, then what are we doing?
Right.
Why are you wasting? Why are they writing him up like he's like the new rap superstar? He's literally just doing Landslide. That's only what? What is this?
Am I the only one that didn't know that they were still called mixtapes if they weren't rap songs on it?
Oh,
Is this still a mixtape if it's like all country records?
Yeah.
You know what? You know how I blame for this?
Because basically it's like the instrumental, right, of that song, and you just doing your own words on it. It don't be rap.
Look at that.
You know
Learn
what?
something new.
You know how I blame for that? I blame Drake. I remember when Drake came out with his first mixtape, and like 75% of that shit was R&B, and people was going around like, yo, you heard this motherfucking fire ass mixtape? I'm like, this nigga is singing. What are we doing? Wait, look, Jodeci got a mixtape now? Like, what the fuck are we just giving that word away? And it ain't been
I
the
didn't know that
same.
was allowed. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
you. Speaking of musicians, Tyler the Creator, he did an interview recently,
Okay.
and he said that a lot of these TikTok MCs keep making meme records. He says there's not a lot of musicians that are also rappers. They're just pushing out this kind of meme music instead of trying to make good rap. He scoffed at artists who openly brag about only caring about making money and not the hip hop art that he loves so much he made it his profession. He also scolded publications that overhype every little item on social media timelines, effectively making it harder for legit artists like himself to get attention when they release music. So yeah, he also said he predicted the convo would be clipped, taken out of context. The full episode doesn't drop till tomorrow, but I got a feeling it's gonna get clipped and taken out of context, and we're gonna be fighting about it on social media, just like he said.
Yeah, of course. And the thing about my relationship with Tyler the Creator, it's been interesting because I got introduced to Tyler on Loader Squad, the show that used to come on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know it was a group. I didn't know they rapped. None of that. I'm just kidding. I knew none of that. And so, and so I was like, oh, that's that dude on that TV show I like. He rapping.
And I definitely played Yonkers in the car a lot of times.
Oh, I don't be paying attention.
Definitely.
And I don't be paying attention at all. And so, and he know this half the time. Because that's what I'm like, who is that? He be like, I played them before, and I'm still, he going to play them tomorrow, and I'm still going to ask him who. And I think for me, I really started listening to Tyler's more recent albums. And I was like, oh, shit. This nigga is great at what he does. I seen him at a Coachella a few years ago, and he performed. I think it was the year Beyonce was at Coachella. And he performed, and he literally performed by himself, and he was on stage by himself, but his energy was so high. I was like, oh, you are a performer. Like, you ain't bullshitting. You ain't fucking around. You like, y'all gonna get these bars. Y'all gonna get this energy. And ever since then, I became a fan of his. I was like, oh, so I understand him feeling like this, because he's like, hey, I take this seriously. I don't be fucking around. Like, this is what the fuck I do. And I want respect for my artists, for my art that I do.
Artistry, yeah.
Yes.
He's one of
So
them
artists, I respect it. As a shit talker, I gotta say that shit talking is what got me into Tyler. He has the peak shit talking, like 30 seconds ever, like skin glowing, pockets heavy, garage silly, house dumb. That is a direct Tyler quote. And that's what made me a fan. I was like, I don't know what the fuck he does, but I gotta know. and then I heard his whole back catalog. I was like, oh, he's talented too. So
Yes.
like I hear him, respect the art, but also
and funny. He's got the full package. He's really good at rap, really good at performing. Like if you've seen him perform, he puts on a fucking show. Like that, like even before when it was just Golf Wang and them. They shows were fucking chaos. It was like watching like punk rock, where it's just like, damn, these motherfucking niggas are crazy. Like people fighting in the front row and shit, and I'm like, And then when he goes solo, and you're like, he still got all the artistry, all the talent, all the thought, all the lyrics, but it's the stage show that made me be like, oh, he's different. So you can see how a guy like him, if you ask him, hey, like, what's up in the industry today? He would probably be like, yeah, I hate that people don't give a fuck, and because I give such a fuck, and motherfuckers are proud to not give a fuck. These kids didn't grow up with rap in the way that we did. We watched rap be an underdog, and I think everyone our age is like, we felt like we have to prove ourselves that this is the art, that this takes talent, that it's not just, the older adults like, y'all just be talking over the beat. It's like, no, these motherfuckers are skillful. But if you grew up after us, that's been proven. So it's just like a thing where it's like, it's a hustle. I'm just trying to get some money. Gives a fuck. I'm on drugs. I don't really care. It's actually dope that I do mumble through the rap. That's what I'm into. I still got paid. So I can see how it went that way.
I think it's wild that Tyler, the creator, is a part of the establishment. Do you know what I mean? Because considering how he started, like a absolute shit talker extraordinaire, but like Wolfgang started from MySpace. So like if you're like, huh, that's how y'all got together? Yeah, they were a bunch of snot-nosed punks who had the similar sensibility and got together, and the world was terrified. The world was so scared of that group. So I'm sure the people who, like any kids who are doing TikTok rap and meme rap and all of that, probably weren't introduced to Tyler until Loiter Squad. Right. But I mean, Loiter Squad hit after Cherry Bomb, maybe something like that when he started. And so he was already like really kind of coming into his own musically. He was just starting that, and then started doing Loiter Squad, and then was like, I gotta step away from that because people only know me from the TV show now.
Yep.
And I gotta get back to it. So he really like turned into it. But yeah, when he first came out, he was just instigating, just poking every anthill, just every single one, and was good at what he did, but it also is just like wild. I think I saw him like at a Pitchfork music festival, and he had like broken his foot, and he still was getting people wound up, just hopping on the stage. And I was far away, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's the Tyler kid, huh? And didn't really think about it. And then he went on Fallon, I think, and he was on Fallon. He did his song, and then when he finished, Yasin Bey was on the show, like hanging with the Roots, and ran over and like yelled on him, and was just jumped on him and yelled swag into the camera over and over. And I was like, but there was something about watching Tyler perform where I had heard that he was like this terrible, misogynistic, like homophobic rap, like saying all these terrible things. And I'm looking at him like, oh no, he's just a kid who likes to rap and needs a hug, is what it looks like.
He's a provocateur. And I think what was interesting about him too is he like you say, he came into the game talking shit on all the old niggas. In this interview in the Spring Hill, the place where he got interviewed on Maverick Carter's podcast, in the caption they say part of it is he says he owes Eminem an apology, and I'm like, I can't wait to hear this, because they used to fry Eminem, Jay, they used to fry them old niggas. And so now that he's becoming an old nigga, he an old head. I bet he's looking around like, shit, it really was mad disrespectful how we just took y'all's talent and artistry for granted. And the other thing about that, the Golf Wayne Wolfgang shit, them niggas wasn't street urchins. So it was like it was like a bunch of fucking talented private school niggas. Like it was so hard to just put them in a bubble where you could really dismiss them. I was much like you, Shalewa. I was spent a lot of time listening to them, but trying to figure it like, why am I confused? Like, who are you guys and what do you do? Why does Earl Sweatshirt rap like a 40-year-old, but he clearly is like 17 that looks 25? Like it was just so much shit happening. Then Lawyer Squad, I'm like, and then these niggas are funny. Like,
they were hilarious.
It was just so much about those guys. But yeah, it is interesting. Tyler, I think, got old on us, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Old dude, way longer than you're gonna be young. And I think he's seeing that now. He's like, oh wow, like I'm on the other side of this going forward.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna stop, but I ain't young. Like at no point am I the young man. And if someone calls me a young man, they're damn near 50.
Right.
Yes.
If you roll up on me and say, like, why are you still rapping? You 40, I'm gonna be like, because that's what the fuck I do. I get it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. He also talked about how not a lot of rappers are musicians, which is definitely a big thing now, is almost being proud that you don't know.
Oh yeah. Music. No, I don't know lyrics. I don't do all that lyrical stuff. Anytime I hear a rapper say I don't pay attention to all that lyrical shit, I'm like, then why are you wasting my time, buddy?
Right. Why
do I want to hear you say the same words over and over? Do you know without the lyrical shit, you wouldn't know to rhyme party with Bacardi. Now would you?
Right. I'm over here like, you know who pays attention to the lyrics? I do.
I do too.
Me, the one with the disposable income. I'm the one.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
What other part is there left for him to do? Like,
I know.
I do not know.
You don't take the pictures. You don't make the beats. What are you doing at this point?
Be high as fuck and rhyme a lot of things with methazine. Like that's what a lot of these niggas started doing. I'm like, bro, I need a chemistry degree to follow the mumbling. What are we doing?
Reading prescriptions.
But speaking of musicians, Tyrese, he has found himself on the receiving end of some criticism because he did a recent performance of the national anthem, which I have. If you guys haven't seen, I'll play a little bit for you.
Please do.
This is Tyrese. It's only 20 seconds in this clip, but it's Tyrese. You may already notice something with his hair and his hat and his beard, because he is bald headed. As last time I checked, but not in this. Oh, this sound is not as good as the other one. Hold on, I'm gonna find the other one I had.
Okay,
but I guess, is an ode to Marvin Gaye. I think that's what he would say he was doing.
Yeah.
He performed the national anthem like Marvin Gaye, including prosthetic hair and wig and beard. It was 90 degrees out. He wore a hot ass
sweating.
He wore that hot ass toboggan or whatever on his head, and he had an accompanying band.
Yes, the band was the best part.
He hired a band.
Yes. And
Tyrese.
Yes, I believe it was. Yeah, here's a better clip. Okay, I believe it was at a preseason NFL game. So I think this
Can you see
Now I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if you do this, I don't have to stand or do the thing.
Like, no, because this is performance art at this point.
Yeah, you're not taking it serious. I'm not taking it serious.
I didn't know drum beats was behind it.
Yeah, that's what I said. He had
drums.
Yeah, he had. That's what. And Marvin Gaye did this famously.
He did, yes. But he did it as himself. He did not dress up.
Yeah, right. He sounded a lot better. That's true.
Here's what I want Tyrese to know. You can do a version based on what someone else did, but you don't have to dress as that person.
That's
He's
true.
He's a little too literal.
My favorite part comes later when he does. He encourages the audience.
Yeah.
To sing. He's like, if you love America, put your hands together or some shit.
You know,
Oh, go ahead, Gastor.
Have you ever seen somebody do something and know that their partner doesn't love them?
Mhm.
Like, there's no way. If I said this idea to my wife, she doesn't let me go outside, yo.
Right.
She would talk me
knows
off
that.
this.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't know who he's dating. I know he's not married. Just from
Right.
this clip. I don't know if he is or not. But from this clip, I know he's not married.
Yeah.
And-
If he's married, he just found out he's not married.
Real talk. Like somebody in your life, if they love you and you tell them I'm gonna do this, they're like, nah, B, that reflects on us.
How much
You start
drugs?
talking.
How much drugs do you got to do? Because see, the part that I think you really got to consider is he left the house in this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like at some point he had to put this on. Like even if he put it on the makeup chair, at some point he had to put this shit on. It wasn't like it's not accidental. It's the difference between manslaughter and murder. Like this shit was premeditated. and you stuck with it. Like you didn't even get on the screen and look at yourself on a jumbotron to be like, oh, I look fucking ridiculous. This is crazy.
Real
Sorry,
talk.
everybody. Give me 1 second. Get this shit off my head. Wow.
Like this is the first time, like if you got that contract as a band member, you're gonna be like, yo, but the camera ain't on me, right? It's on him. Okay, I'll play. Yeah, I'll play that. Yo, this is crazy work.
No, long as it's check cash.
Yo.
Yeah, but I will say it's not as. I feel like if you're gonna go for an instrumental national anthem, nobody did it better than R. Kelly. Well, he did it before a fight, a boxing match.
Yes, he did. I remember that.
I remember I went to my friend's house. It was back when I had white friends.
Yes.
And it was a black boxer versus like a white boxer too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's already gonna be awkward as fuck in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like R. Kelly singing the national anthem. I'm like, huh.
That shit was
Interesting choice.
15 minutes.
And then this motherfucker had a band and dancers.
Yes. I was like, how long is this song?
He
Got
had
dances.
a band.
Have y'all ever
People
seen
were
it?
two-stepping next to.
So
Y'all haven't
that's-
seen this?
No.
Man. Oh man, I don't even know if I should go find this, but and like and he was doing the ad libs where he's
Yes. We watched it live.
He's
Oh, I was dying laughing.
where he's like, for the ramparts we wear, put your hands together.
Yes, in the middle of that song, I know that song was fucking 15 minutes long. That song is like a 5-minute song tops.
Like, you can't do the national anthem and be like, come on, somebody. Like, it's the national anthem. What are you doing?
Oh, that shit was the fucking
Oh, man.
best.
Yep, that was when I knew he was guilty.
Oh,
Like, that was back when people was debating. I was like, he did that.
No, he did that
yeah. Big
shit.
diaper
I
ride
need
that
to see
shit, yo.
no tapes. Only a
You lost R.
sociopath.
Kelly and all your white friends that day, yo. That's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
only a sociopath. I did lose some white friends though, because the white dude got beat up. I was in there alone, but I was talking my shit. Like, you really bet against Floyd? For real? Like,
Yeah, cause
I forget who it was. I just remember it was the white dude lost. Man, this is sad. Skai Jackson. Y'all know her? Disney star? Skai
Yeah.
Jackson? That girl?
Uh-huh.
Karen? Karen's looking like she don't know who I'm talking about.
Okay, I probably know face.
Maybe she was after your time, but Skai Jackson, she's adorable.
Oh,
She got arrested for beating up her boyfriend.
No.
Yeah. And she's pregnant too.
wow,
Oh.
wow,
Mhm.
she does one of them Disney Channel things. Yes.
Yeah. She was taken into custody in Los Angeles after Universal Studios security seeing Jackson and her boyfriend in a heated argument called the cops.
Wait, they were at an amusement park?
It sounded like they were at Universal Studios. I don't know if they're filming something or just the fucking.
Oh, at like the studios. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Or the park. Yeah.
Now the her and her boyfriend have both denied anything physical occurred. But they said on the tape they could see Jackson pushing her boyfriend multiple times during the incident.
Okay.
So I don't know. Authorities reviewed the video footage that showed pushing her partner. She was subsequently arrested for misdemeanor domestic battery, cited and released a few hours later. So she insisted her and her boyfriend are happily engaged and expecting a baby together.
Yep.
And she's mostly kept the relationship private on social media. Well, it's a hell of a reveal,
Right?
Well, yeah. Well, that's probably why it was private.
Yes, right. So yeah, I mean, we'll see if there's any formal charges that'll be filed. I'm guessing not.
Nah.
If he don't want none and she don't want none, it seems like
Yeah, you no need to manufacture the smoke. Let them.
yeah, exactly. But
I mean,
man, we getting old.
She's also like 85 pounds. Like, you don't want that story out about you in general. Like, I got my ass kicked.
That's true. That is
About
true.
it.
That's why a lot of men don't report. They be like,
Yeah.
the homies ain't gonna respect. I got my ass beat by this woman, and which is fucked up the patriarchy, but it is
Yes,
true.
it is.
Yeah. Especially because no one sees her as the adult her. They're picturing the little kid kicking your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got beat up by who? That Disney girl?
You can't tell. You can't be in court crying and shit because they absolutely gonna go back to like that's what the fucking defense attorney gonna do is pull up pictures of her from being a little kid.
Like, so this is who beat you up. This one.
Right.
I mean,
Can you point to the picture of the person that beat you up? It's like her with a lollipop, you know.
A beanie with a propeller on it.
Right. It was her. Okay. All right. If you sure. She don't look like that.
You gotta see her after hours. She's scary.
Yes. Y'all don't know what it's like. Fans react as Jonathan Majors' Emotional Perseverance Award speech about Megan Good sparks renewed buzz after show airs. So I guess Jonathan Majors is at this Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards, which are awards that did not exist before this moment.
Right?
They created
made awards.
Yes, they did just for him.
He must have paid the fee for the award show.
Yes, he did.
Because I've only seen clips of him. They don't even show other people winning shit. It's just 2 clips of him crying.
And you do any investigation. He the first person to ever win these awards.
Yeah, I saw the clip of Iyanla hugging him. You know, and now there's a new clip of him like crying and talking about Megan Good. Here's I'll cue it up for you guys. Here he is.
I love you.
No,
I love you beyond all limits.
Oh man, he sweated through the armpits in his blazers. Oh man.
Oh, that's 3 layers.
God damn.
Right? Undershirt, shirt.
Right.
Yo, that's brawling.
Like, did you run a mile in a suit, bro? How you even do that? Wow.
Yo.
that's why he keeps wearing all that slave gear, because it's airy. It's linen.
Right,
you get the wind up under it.
Yes.
You need loose. You can't, he's up here in a double-breasted suit, my man. Come on. You gotta you gotta be able to move. You sweat like that.
Oh my
With all my strength, with all my heart, I love you. I'm supposed to be this tough and strong, and you done carried me so.
Yeah, Megan Good crying so hard she looks sweaty.
Like,
Is it hot now? Did they forget to turn the air on?
They don't have
I
no
don't
AC.
think, I
They
don't think
don't
he
have
paid
no
for air.
AC.
I don't think he paid for air. They
No,
only got
there's
room
no
for
air in here.
I'll pay for my award. Okay. But if y'all motherfuckers want to if y'all go put the thermostat on 68, there's no fucking way, bro. We open the window. Cause I don't know if you heard, but my job prospects not looking too hot right now. I don't got the AC money.
Can't pay the AC money.
He got mad
Already got the
halfway
light
through the
money.
awards. Halfway through the awards, he got mad and was like, "Y'all trying to cool out all outside? Turn the AC off."
Like, that's why they sweating.
I think they sweating because they got the tent tied up. They need to undo one of the ends. There's no way they're in a building. They are baking in a tent in the parking lot. They are in an airplane hangar.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
and you done carried me so many nights. I love you. Through the fire.
No.
Oh,
Stop.
no,
It's too much. If you were auditioning, I'd be like, okay, thank you.
Yes. If it was auditioning, like, okay, do it again.
Okay,
Take it down.
okay,
50%.
let's take it. Yeah, let's
Okay.
try it quieter. Let's try
Let's
it quieter.
take one. Let's take one. Okay. Let's do it without the through the fire ad lib. Okay. No, you're gonna lose the whole audience with that.
You are, especially
I admire
considering
the
you are
bravery.
sweating through every piece of clothing we give you. Maybe not through the fire.
You look
I
like you
admire the willingness to try anything artistically. That's beautiful. But like that wasn't the direction.
You got to go there. I like that you went there. That's what they say when they don't like it. I like it that you went there, but let's do it again.
I like how you're thinking, but
Mhm.
think a completely different way.
The fire,
Oh my God, he really did that.
through the fire.
Oh, that's crazy.
Do we still make ringtones? Do we still doing that?
We about to.
Right.
Yo, and what's wild is this is an inside joke. That means he's done this before to her.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's doing this because it's like a me and you thing, and it's
Mhm.
moving her. That means he's done this shit for other apologies.
Mm.
As soon as she smiles, she's like, "Yeah, that's me
Yeah.
and you, baby. That's our
That's our
song."
thing. That's our thing. Oh, and
Oh
then
my
it just
gosh.
goes. Oh man.
What is Hollywood Unlocked?
I have no idea.
I'm 100% sure is not okay. Whatever it is, whatever they doing,
Whatever they unlocked.
I think it's that dude Jason Lee from the
Oh,
Love and Hip Hop, the light skinned dude that
Okay.
I think Hollywood Unlocked is his brand, and they
Gotcha.
have an award show, and I don't know what all they give away.
Yeah,
but
he
apparently
definitely sponsored this.
Getting Jonathan Majors to sign up is a great way to get to get some publicity, because we
It
probably
is.
weren't talking about the Impact Awards
Mm.
before
Okay.
this.
So this is like a cleansing award. Like this is an award you get where they pay for it to look like it's something real, and you get this award and you're like, look, people think I'm a good person. I've healed from whatever bad thing has gotten me canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately is what, oh man, he may clean up with this.
Yeah, it says here that Tiffany Haddish returned to host.
Oh, stop. I can't. I don't even know if that's a joke. Because that's so believable.
It's real.
It was like, if you had a hard time, come on here. This is a place for you.
It's real.
That's
this
how
is
much
the-
I respect you as a writer, Rod. Like I fully believe you made that up. Like I'm like, yeah, of course.
I'm like, hold on. I can't.
Oh God, I'm like, yeah.
You. I really thought that was.
It's too funny for me. Even I started laughing reading it. I couldn't wait. I was smiling because I couldn't wait for y'all to hear it. But I'm putting on screen Vibe.com.
Whoa.
Tiffany Haddish returned to host is Cardi B, Fat Joe, Jonathan Majors, Ben Crump. Ben, really?
Ben Crump.
Christian. Ben, what do you want me to believe about you? Because I want to think you're on the up and up trying to help us do civil rights. But every once in a while, you do some weird shit where I'm like, bro, don't be at this.
I mean,
didn't
has
look
he won
around
any case? Has he won any case? He always just kind of shows up. Oh, you know.
Right.
Anyway, well, I'm just going. The light of the Lord surrounds you. How about that? I'm gonna do that for him.
Like, you didn't walk in the room, realize no other civil rights attorneys were in there, and go, this probably not a room
need
for
to
me
be here.
Anyway, Ben Crump, no joke. If you ever watched that movie about that woman, I think the name of the movie is Karen. I can't remember.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Big Crump is in the movie.
Yes, he
I'm not
is.
joking. That's not a joke.
Mm-mm.
And he's playing himself.
Yes, because it was like at the top of the pandemic. Yes, and I think we even might have reviewed that movie.
Yeah, we've reviewed it. I own it. It's hilarious.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
that okay.
It's not, but it's not a comedy.
It's not a comedy.
No,
hilarious.
no. That's
But
all.
it-
Knowing that you
But it is
own
hilarious.
it makes
Yes.
I'm gonna find it and watch it because I know exactly what time it is with that.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's so over the top.
Do a gummy and go in. It's fuck, and it's only like an hour 15. They couldn't come up with a whole 2 hours
No,
for
I'm
that.
sure they couldn't. They
You ended
were
up that shit.
anticipating commercial breaks.
Made for TV.
No joke. There's a part I remember. There's a scene where he goes into her bathroom. The husband next door, who's because the black woman is really versus the Karen, and the husband's kind of like collateral damage. He doesn't want to be with this white woman at all, but it's just more of a like he don't understand the game at foot. He's thinking we can just be cool with the neighbor, and you can't. he goes in her bathroom, and it's like supposed to be this huge reveal. Zoom out. The soap dispenser got a Confederate flag on it.
Oh my God.
It's Confederate.
It's that kind of movie.
Yeah,
Shalewa.
and that shit is.
I love it.
It is
I
hilarious.
died right then. I was laughing so hard, and then Ben Trump gives a speech at the end, and I said, "Perfect, no notes."
With it, you know what? With a
deal with
dude
that.
playing the saxophone up underneath.
Yes,
And it pans out, and you're
with
like,
a person
"The
that
fuck
really
is
got a
happening?"
saxophone next to him.
Yes.
When it zooms out, it's like that's not music from the soundtrack.
I thought it was.
This motherfucker is anyway.
Yes,
I'll
that
say
shit
less.
is the best.
Other guests: Christian Louboutin, Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine, no, ooh, don't be here. I know you love us, but come on. Sharon Stone. This is fucked up. Debrat and her wife.
Didn't even write their name.
I don't even like it. Oh wait, okay. Debrat and her wife, Jessica Harris Dupart. Okay, my bad. I thought they really shaded her wife. They were celebrated as this year's honorees. The latter took home the Spirit Award. Fat Joe received a Culture Award.
Okay. I mean, look, we being willy-nilly with the awards. We can give anybody anything.
Apparently, the Culture Award is wild to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he give a speech about why he could say the N-word? First of all, y'all don't understand the culture. Let me explain. Crump accepted the Community Award as Crockett won the Social Impact Award. Oh, they probably just tricked her. Okay, Jasmine, I forgive you. You didn't know. Cardi earned the Inspiration Award with Stone, while Stone was surprised with the Icon Award. So Sharon Stone won the Icon Award.
And she didn't know she was getting it?
Right?
But she was there anyway?
She knew. Because there's no fucking way Sharon Stone left her fucking mansion to hang out with these niggas and not think she was getting something.
Right.
In a parking lot.
Come
on.
Here.
She didn't walk in that tent sweating and go, well, it's okay if I don't win. I better win.
She was reassuring every door she went through. She like, you sure I'm getting some?
Right.
Okay. All right. Just to be clear. Okay.
Right. She was like asking like what time? Like what time's my award?
Right.
Something to do after this. Can we
Oh
move
no,
on?
I don't need a table. I don't need a table. Just
I
tell
can
me
stand.
the exact minute that my award is going up.
I'm gonna just stand in the back until you call my name, and then I'm just gonna come get my award, and I gotta go. So,
Yeah.
Louboutin received the Innovator Award, and Majors accepted the Perseverance Award. So,
Persevere. I'm so tired.
right?
I'm
What did he
exhausted.
persevere? What did he
What do
persevere?
you? Yeah. What's the problem?
Who
What's
else?
the problem?
Who else is on the list? Mel Gibson. How you gonna persevere some shit you started? Like,
Oh
it's
man.
wild as fuck. Oh man. All right. How often should men ejaculate to lower risk of cancer?
I don't know.
A bunch.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we're
Apparently,
supposed to keep them pipes clean.
Is it like once a day?
if you're trying to
That's a
not get prostate
That might
cancer,
be low.
Yeah.
so specifically prostate cancer, they don't know exactly why this connection is such, but you need to climax 21 times per month
Okay.
okay.
because the literature suggests it lowers the risk of disease by 1/3.
All right.
Well, damn.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. For me, my prostate clean as fuck, dog. It's no way.
Real talk. Yeah,
There's
I love that
nothing-
prostates get
nothing to get
weekends
cancer
off.
from.
They're like 21
Yeah.
days. Now, I mean, I got Saturdays and Sundays. You can do what you got to do.
Yeah.
To yourself.
Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, prostate, we just gonna watch football today. Don't worry about it, bro. You good. But come Monday, we right back on this, okay? I'm like, Gastor at a new job. 5 days and 2 days
Oh.
off.
That's it, baby. Real talk. I'm in the union. All right.
Yeah. Back to work indeed.
The findings come as the U.S. sees an uptick in prostate cancers, including the recent deaths of O.J. Simpson, Dexter Scott King, and the son of Martin Luther King Jr. Dexter Scott King, the son of Martin Luther King Jr. Okay. The recommendation for routine ejaculation, particularly among the specific age groups, presents an opportunity for proactive prostate health management. Now, what freaky dude is gonna get this and then get caught masturbating somewhere and be like, "It's from a prostate," because that's gonna happen for sure.
They didn't
When-
say in public.
I
That's
mean,
kind of a weird way to find out that, like, you said Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah,
What?
that's how.
Right?
he was
Like, ain't
doing
it
that.
wild that like, so this is how we know that he didn't bust 21 nuts a month?
Yeah.
Is that what we're finding out?
Right. Him and OJ. Like OJ wasn't getting it in where I thought he
Real
was.
Yeah, that is kind of wild. I really would have thought OJ would
Yeah.
be clearing that number.
He called
easy.
himself the
Easy.
juice.
Real talk.
Would-
I guess he slowed down when he got older.
that alone, yeah, well, it's probably hard to get some after
After
Yeah.
70, he's
Incredibly.
like the smoothie now. It's like chunky.
after people think you're a murderer and you're still trying to
Yeah.
date 30-year-old white ladies. It's probably hard to fucking
Mhm.
get that.
Well, you should be taking care of that yourself.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You know,
But he seemed like the type to be vain enough to be like, nah, the juice would never. I need a white lady to do this.
Never sully my hands.
Mm-hmm. They had a bunch of. It's been a bunch of research between 1990 to 2023.
Ooh, they did a
11
study.
studies with nearly 150,000 total participants.
Well, then that right there is a decent study.
So
Yeah.
they go
They
with
had no
this
trouble
shit.
getting
is-
volunteers. So like, yeah.
I'm gonna go with this shit is facts. Like when
Yeah.
when the study be like 6 college students, I'm like, I don't know if we can really link Cheerios to fucking growing a third tail. But when it's motherfucking like 150,000 people, that's true.
Yeah.
So Jack,
But this is 150,000 dudes incentivized to tell their wives we need more sex. So it's still biased.
right.
You know what I mean?
But
Be like,
see,
yo, I did the
then those
paperwork.
women- but then those women are probably gonna be like, no, you can it just said ejaculate. So
That's true.
Yeah.
We read the whole study. I don't see my name in here.
At all.
yeah. I bet
You just say I had to participate.
I bet the scientists got like fucking so many calls the next day from just women being like, so he's telling me we need to have sex 21 times a month? Is that real? No, we said he needs to ejaculate 21 times. Okay, thank you. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, you have a good one. Bye. Click.
I got a lot of those phone calls.
No fucking way.
They just left it on like the voicemail. Like, and by the way, if you're a woman calling, no, you don't have to personally take part. You know what I mean? Otherwise, dial 2. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Press 2.
Men who climb at 21.
Just this feels like such a cold thing that I'm getting ready to say. But you also could just kind of stroke your prostate yourself and get that taken care of. You don't have to get anybody all wrapped up in it. Just kind of stick a finger or a tool up there and kind of poke that a little bit, and then boom. That's my understanding.
Yeah, I've heard that too. They do have toys on the websites for that.
Right.
I've never been adventurous enough to try it. I kind of like the old-fashioned way, but I get it. Do what you got to do.
I have had my finger in a few places. I'm an old lady. We've tried a lot of things.
Shalewa is out here trying to beat cancer.
I am.
I'm
trying to help you out, but ER is getting ready to come on. So how do we take care of this quickly?
Yeah. Boom.
We can't be here all night.
Beat that meat to cancer.
I got stuff to
do. This is the reason they say cancer sucks. Is because you got to get up in. But yeah, so there we go, guys. Make sure you do that. All right, let's get into some games. All right, we have a couple games that we play here at the Blackout Tips. The first game we play does have music for these segments. The first one is called "Fucking with Black People." So let's do that one. Fucking with black people. Fucking with black people. Fucking with black people. Fucking with black people. All right. See who's fucking with us today.
What's this one called again? No, just kidding. I didn't quite catch the name.
Subtle.
Ex-University of Kentucky student Sophia Rosing, who spouted racial slurs, pleads guilty. Now, you may remember her because she was the one that harassed a black girl during the pandemic. This woman, Kyla Spring, was she was a desk clerk, and Sophia called her the N-word. She was clearly drunk. and like was like just acting super wild about it. Like I just remember that video. I think I can pull it up for everybody real quick because most people saw this, but you probably just forgot because it's been so long.
Let's take a look now at some of the other stories making headlines tonight. New tonight, Sophia Rosing, a former University of Kentucky student, appeared in court today where she pleaded guilty to multiple charges after a racist attack on Kyla Spring, a black student working at a residence hall. Video of the incident went viral back in November 2022. It showed Rosing assaulting Spring and using racial slurs. Rosing now faces 12 months in jail, 100 hours of community service, and a fine. Sentencing is set for October 17th.
I remember this because the person was like RA and they was like, ma'am, you got to leave. And she just gave her a fit.
She tried to like physically assault her at one point. Lucky for her, the black woman happened to be a nice person that day because she clearly could have whooped her drunk ass because she was like, her motor control skills were all fucked up. And she was just like, y'all better come get this girl. And police came and got her. And so and I remember at the time being, when we scored it, I felt a little bit fucked with because I was like, I feel bad that the black woman couldn't whoop her ass because we all know why you show restraint in that moment, because now you become the bad guy even though you're fully justified to whoop her motherfucking ass. So like I felt fucked with, but I was glad for the black woman because, you know, obviously I don't want you to get caught up in some bullshit ass system, whatever. And the white girl now has pled guilty. I mean, what was she gonna plead? She did that shit. It's okay. And we'll see what the sentencing is. Now we score these from 0 to 100 in intervals of 25. If it fucks with you over 100, we say Dracarys, just put it on fire. Karen, I'll start with you first. What would you give this on the fucking with black people scale?
Well, since there was some like accountability at the end, I'm going to give this a 50 because it's fucked up. It makes you mad that she did it, but for the fact that the system did something, because a lot of times, I know this sounds sad, we get no justice at all. You know, you just like, oh well. So I'm gonna give it a 50. I'm still fucked with, and depending on the citizen will determine if that goes up or down.
Faces up to 12 months in jail, 100 hours of community service, and a $25 fine. So I'm guessing, obviously, they're not gonna fucking probably throw the book at her.
Guess what? And that's sufficient. Yes.
And the guilty plea came immediately following a mediation, which took place Monday morning. So maybe they've decided what they're gonna ask the judge for, and then. That's because that's how people plead guilty to shit like this. They be like, we're gonna give you 3 months. It's like, oh, okay, cool, I'm guilty. Shalewa, what about you? What would you give it? 0 to 100 intervals of 25.
I mean, yeah, I guess if I would agree with Karen. I would do 50. Because I guess there is going to be some sort of accountability. That, you know, unfortunately, she's not going to be drawn and quartered by a few horses or tarred and feathered or anything. But, you know, I mean, if she has to pick up trash on the side of the road, which I feel like is what it's going to be closer to than any time served.
Right.
I would like that fee to be more. I would like that a $25 fine is wild business.
Wow.
Especially if she's going to talk it down.
You know what? And I wonder if it's because it happened on a college campus.
The $25. I have no idea why it's so low. But I know she had to pay $10,000 bond to get out of jail.
Oh, okay. Well, they got her money. All right. Yeah, no, 50 is good. 50 good. Yeah.
Yeah. And
they got some money from somewhere.
and clearly because of the plea agreement, they dropped the more serious charge. Like she had some 3rd degree assault of a police officer charge. Because she resisted arrest.
Yeah,
so
when the police officers came, she was drunk and fighting them too.
Yeah, that's probably what she was really gonna get in trouble for. Gastor, what about you? 0 to 100 intervals of 25.
I'm going with 75. No element of surprise, which is why I dropped to 25. It's in Kentucky campus. I get it. I could expect what I expect, but let's see here. We got 12 months of possible jail time. That's roughly 2 months per letter in the N-word, at least the way she spells it. Right? So I get that, you know. So yeah, I'm on board there. But I wish that the black woman who showed restraint would get publicity this time, because they would have def put on Front Street if she reacted and did something like out of pocket. Yo, she should be getting promoted at her job. She should be getting escalated at school. She should be getting free tuition this semester. I'd like to see some of that. 75.
All right. I give it a 25 because justice was done. Finally, it took 2 years. Most of the time, like Karen said, feel like we don't get follow-ups, or the follow-up is like, she ain't getting no problems. We decided she was white, and then we all walked away and said, what was the big deal?
That's what happened most of the time.
So I like that there was some stick-to-itiveness. 2 years later, it's still going to be a conviction. I don't think any conviction will ever make me feel great in these, because the fuck they going to do? Kill her? Like, it's going to always end up being like, that's it? Just life? That's all you get for the N-word? Like, I'll go with a sober 25 on this one. Let's get to our next game. It's a little game we like to play called Guess the Race. And here we go.
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Guess the Race is a game where we go around the globe, find different articles, and we guess the race of the people who are involved in the articles. Karen plays.
Karen, I just got to tell you, if Shalewa has to deal with a disproportionate amount of weird songs going forward on our podcast, know that it's your fault. But I'm inspired. I got to tell you, sincerely, this is beautiful.
You should reach out to your audience. They already seen your articles and stuff. I'm sure you got some talented people in the audience. And get them to send you music. That's what happened to us. I just asked.
Those are heat. Like I ain't even playing. I would bump that in the whip. Both of those.
Yeah. Oh man. One day y'all got to come back. I'm gonna play some of these other songs for y'all.
Ooh, yeah.
These motherfuckers are talented.
Oh yeah. You know,
matter of fact, I'm gonna play a quick one for y'all. This is Felt 5. It's our Black Capitalism song. Whenever we highlight Black capitalism. So this is that one. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but this shit bangs.
Yeah. I hear y'all talking, but the only thing I'm listening to is that paper. Every day we get into that paper. Woo! I hear the money talking, see you later. Yeah. Every day we get into that paper.
Like these motherfuckers got it, man.
Yes, they do. And I think one of my favorites is my thing, the Lip Smacking Good. That's mine personally because it's my song.
Yeah, he made Karen a song that's for our spinoff show that is about food.
Yeah, it's behind the paywall.
Which is behind the paywall, and it's a bop. When I play it, it actually gets stuck in my head. Whenever we do an episode, here you go.
His lips back, get it. His lips back, get it. Yeah, 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 his lips back, get it. If your lips ain't smacking, it ain't good. If your lips ain't smacking, it ain't good. If your lips
it's really
okay. That one actually goes. That one goes.
Yeah,
talk, yo.
Yeah. That's a
These
good one.
motherfuckers are talented, man.
They talented. We get all types of beats.
Yeah.
So basically, open it up to your audience and have them sing you stuff, and you'll be amazed how talented your audience.
And I'm sorry to everybody, I can't play all of it because there's so many songs at this point.
Yeah, y'all
Right.
go back. We can go through them all. Yeah.
We got things to do, but y'all, man, we so appreciative because everyone always is like, damn, this music is good. I'm like, these motherfuckers is good.
Talented. All of them talented.
And also the chat room plays Guess the Race along with everyone else, and everyone playing is racist. All right. A Sunday night spaghetti dinner turned violent when a 41-year-old man threw a pasta at his mother, striking the victim in the head with a starchy weapon and leaving her splattered with sauce.
The starchy weapon.
She was getting them carbs. Investigators say Anthony Fiacco, or Fiacco, Fiacco. Last evening had a verbal argument with the victim that turned physical. Where he Florida, home where he resides with the victim, 61, meaning he lives with his mom. The spaghetti made contact with the victim who had spaghetti sauce in her hair, said the cops. He allegedly fled the home when officers arrived after being spotted hiding behind a bush in the backyard.
He can go far then.
Yeah, they followed the sauce to followed the drug. He sought to run away, was quickly corralled. He was charged with domestic battery for the spaghetti incident, as well as resisting the officer. He was booked in the county jail on the misdemeanor counts. No weapon was seized by the police. Well, I mean, the spaghetti, that's not evidence. Y'all ain't wrap that up.
And that's enough.
Get a to-go plate. The 5'6", 250-pound Fiacco appeared in the court this morning. Why they put his weight and height in there? That's fucked up. That was like, he's short and fat, y'all.
To really paint a picture, because I now see him.
Judge him. Where a judge ordered him to have no contact with his mother.
I guess he got to move out the house then. Damn.
He will be allowed a one-time visit to go get his personal belongings out the house. He also goes by the surname Edlin. I don't think I've ever heard of an Edlin before. He has prior convictions for battery, trespass, violating probation, and throwing a deadly missile into a building. The missile was a Heineken bottle that he chucked at an apartment window after being asked to leave a party. Flying glass hit several individuals. So he's a violent man.
They call that a flying missile?
I guess Florida. I don't know.
Respect the range, though. You know, that's that's
get you a man to do it all.
Real talk.
All right, Karen, guess the race.
Oh, Soprano's white.
All right, Shalewa.
Oh yes, it's a white man.
Gastor.
Will be that is a Raphael from the original Ninja Turtles accent Italian man right there.
Raphael did have the best Brooklyn accent I've ever heard in my life. I love that dude. Tony Soprano white, hasta la pasta Italian white. So a lot of people thinking this is one of Mike Tirico's brethren. The correct answer is, and everyone said the same thing. Y'all got it right. He's white.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was 5'6" and 260 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's probably good for him to get out of the house.
You just know he yells and says, "Ma!" Like when he's,
"Ma,
the spaghetti."
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, this guy tries to tell me so much about hip hop, and I'm annoyed already.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Bro, you don't know the Wu-Tang Clan's from Staten Island.
He's like, yo, have you heard of Necro?
Oh, I'm so angry with you. Not Necro. Dude, you don't know about Cage? I can't.
Oh shit. I used to like Logic, now I found out he was black. All right, let's go to the next one. How about let's see what we're doing here. How about this one? Cops found a man with 25,000 bags of heroin.
Oh,
a Pennsylvania man. 25,000 bags. Probably very small bags, I'm guessing. A Pennsylvania man. Wait, he literally got stopped by the Keystone State Roadway. The Keystone cops caught him. Wow.
Hey, you know what? Like once every 100 years, they actually live up to the cops part of the Keystone cops.
They got him. According to a criminal complaint, now I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but it's Ydale. So I don't know if it's Edel, if it's Yadele. I don't know, but it's Ydal. Thomas, 35, He was behind the wheel of the Ford Explorer when it was pulled over for traffic infractions late last year by a state trooper. Karen, go ahead and quote the Shalewa sharpism.
Yeah, don't be committing 2 crimes at once. Like, that's how we say that. Once you said that, me and Roderick joke. Every time somebody get committing 2 crimes, it was like, no, break only 1 crime at a time.
You're not supposed to break traffic laws and have 25,000 bags of heroin.
Right.
That's a lot, buddy.
Make sure your tags is current. Make sure all your light bulbs have been changed. Like, no broken windshields.
Like, honestly, you shouldn't even have like your registration and insurance in your glove box. Just have it where you don't even have to reach for it.
Yes. Tape it to the window.
Come on. What
Tape
are we
it to
doing?
the driver's side window. Just be like, it's right there.
It's right there.
I don't want no problems. Here's the money for the ticket. Here's the money. I'll pay the ticket.
I'll pay you right now. You take Venmo? What's your Zelle?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
The courtroom cash out, bro. You know, we can skip the middleman on this one.
Yeah.
Apple Pay that. Tap phones.
Yeah.
Come on.
Ain't no need. Ain't no need.
At police department.Venmo, gotcha.
So he claimed to be returning home to the Pittsburgh area after having driven earlier that day to Philadelphia, where he had purportedly sold a dog to a man at a gas station.
I love this guy.
I like that he had a cover story.
Right.
Like, he thought about that, you know. I'm sure I wonder if he had like little like even the emergency answer was like, what kind of dog? It's like, oh, I'm glad you asked.
Right? I mean, if you're gonna lie like this, you're gonna lie. You got
got pictures and everything.
I'm gonna be real. As a married dude, I've left the house with like a thing to do and ended up in situations like this that I've had to explain when I got home. Okay, I believe this whole story so far. I think real talk.
It's like he told me he didn't have the money for the dog. I said, sure, I'll take whatever's in this box. I didn't look in the box. And I said, let me just get back home to my wife. I shouldn't even been out here. And
it's a good man so far, just trying his best. Okay.
Well, the trooper concluded that he was being deceptive, and the affidavit contends it cannot be overstated that Philadelphia, PA, is a source location for the distribution of narcotics and a regional epicenter for all criminal activity, and is a hotbed for wholesale narcotics trafficking stash houses. So,
shouts to Kensington. Word.
Yeah, should have said he went to the Amish country. They said that police check on his name turned up an extensive criminal history that included narcotics violations. When asked to consent for search to his vehicle, he declined. He thought 99 Problems was real. He thought he could pull that Jay-Z.
About you saying nope. They were like, well, then wait right here. We going to get the dogs.
Okay, then you just made this 2 hours longer, but fine.
And now I'm mad I got to do the paperwork, so we will actually find ticky-tack stuff to find you with now.
You gonna get a warrant for that? Yes. Oh.
Yes, I actually am.
That's how this works. Yeah.
I guess I can stop rapping the rest of the verse? Yep. You're going to jail. So then, sensing that smuggling might be afoot, a drug detection canine was up.
Yeah, that's what they do. When you tell them no, they go get the dogs.
The dog alerted on the car, prompted investigators to subsequently secure a search warrant. And they found 3 large bags containing suspected heroin package for resale, 25,000 step bags. A step bag or glassine contains a single dose of heroin. He was arraigned Tuesday on a variety of felony and misdemeanor drug charges. They ordered him locked up in lieu of $10,000 bail. Guess the race of either Edel Thomas or Waddell Thomas or Yadale Thomas. I don't know how you pronounce the first name. Karen?
I'm going white.
Karen's going white. All right. Shalewa.
Heroin.
Wow. Gosh, this is tough. I'm gonna go black.
All right. Gastor.
First, I want to shout out the writer of this article, who I appreciate that not only in giving us the information, teaches us how to drug deal, you know, and informs us how to step, you know. So that was helpful. I'm gonna go more specific. I'm gonna go half African American, half Dominican, just because I see myself in this guy. Okay. Yeah.
Let's check the chat room, see what the guesses coming in are. I was doing 55 and a 54 black. This nigga black. White niggas. Ask consent for search, Caucasian cartel. The correct answer is Shalewa and Gastor said black ish for Gastor, black for Shalewa. Karen said white, so someone is gonna come ahead on this one, and it's Shalewa. He was black.
Wow, you know, I just feel like that dog story
Yeah.
that just felt exclusively black. Of
There you go.
I was going to sell a dog. You all the way to you were driving
Yeah.
from Pittsburgh to Philly to sell a
Right.
dog in a gas station
And
parking
what
lot?
kind of dog? Because I feel like the kind of dog would have told me a lot.
Yeah.
Also,
True.
the name of the dog. So if it would have been like a pit bull named King, 100%.
Or if it was a girl, pit bull, lady.
lady,
Yeah.
we don't
Lady
even
or
need to
thing.
see. We don't even need to see the picture. Wrap this up. You know what
Yeah.
I
I
mean?
tell you though, every time I've bought a dog, it's never been near me. They'll be like, "Oh, you want to buy this dog? Cool. He's in Buffalo." You know, so I was with that part of it. A, B.
Right.
There was a part of me that thought Yadel was just you mispronouncing a Dominican name that got made up for this guy.
Oh,
You know, so
okay.
I was really like, "Oh, Yadele. Yeah, I know that dude. That's my cousin." You know, so I get it.
Well, all right. Well, you and Karen did miss it, so I got. Well, Karen missed it all the way.
I missed it once.
You kind
I
of
got
missed it halfway. I
I'm
think you
half
did-
there.
Yeah, but y'all
And
got to get.
I gotta tell you, looking at the picture, still think he's Dominican.
He could be.
He could be.
Could
That
be,
dude play for the Yankees
You
right
know
now.
what? I'm gonna give you the full point. I'm only booing Karen now. The Karen is off. You know what? I'm not gonna Kamala Harris you. That's
Thank you.
if we see a black Dominican man, that's a black man in America.
Amen. Amen.
Ain't nobody stopping. Definitely not the police.
No.
Yeah. Oh,
They-
carry on about your day, sir. I didn't realize. Nah, you going to jail.
They group us all together.
Yeah, how you say this? Waddell? You going to jail. All right, well, it's bonus round time. Now is everything's worth triple the point, so no one's out of it. Let me play the triple the point song though.
Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the raise. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the raise.
All right.
Y'all need a Bandcamp page at this point. This is fine. Real talk. This is out of control. This is all heat.
Library Girl. I don't know if y'all know who Library Girl is. Anybody know who that is? Okay, cool. So it's not a spoiler yet.
Okay.
So a Library Girl just got booked on drug charges. Kendra Sunderland, whose solo exploits in an Oregon State University library helped launch her porn career, was arrested last week on a felony drug charge in Texas. She's 29. She was busted Thursday afternoon while driving on Interstate 45 in Willis, a city about 50 miles north of Houston. She was behind the wheel in a 2013 Lexus. She got pulled over by the police. According to the redacted incident report, she was nabbed for possession of a controlled substance, which apparently was marijuana. She was booked in county jail. She was subsequently released. She's listed on police records as a Las Vegas resident. She shot to fame in 2015 after filming a 31-minute webcam performance inside of OSU's Valley Library. The video, which found its way to the internet, showed her exposing her breasts and vagina, and masturbating and licking herself.
Oh, at the library?
Yeah, a lot of people cured prostate cancer to that. While Sunderland had attended Oregon State, she was not currently registered for classes. Was she
Don't say.
Where she used the library's Wi-Fi connection to broadcast the performance. That's hilarious. Charged with public indecency, she copped to a misdemeanor count, was fined $1,000 for that. Over the following years, her adult film career has blossomed, and her social media account exploded to 800,000 Instagram followers and 1.1 million followers on Twitter. She's even a signature model for Fleshlight. In a recent Instagram post, she noted on the 9th anniversary of the Library Girl video, "The day my life changed forever. Thank you to everyone participating, getting me this far. I love you all." Guess the race of Kendra Sunderland. Karen?
I'm going white.
Karen's going white. You think it's peak white people sex stuff. Shalewa?
Yeah, I'm going white.
All right.
Yes, absolutely.
It's because it's in a library. I think black people don't read.
A few things. The school.
Yes,
The
Yeah.
school. That. Yeah, a little bit of she's in a library, and that wouldn't have been as much of a selling point
Mm.
porn wise. Like
Mm.
they definitely would prefer a white librarian.
Okay. Okay.
That's just from what I remember being in that world of selling porn. Let me clear that up, of selling porn.
Yeah.
The retail world, not of
the webcam world. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know something was about to drop. You know, Shalewa was like, guys, actually, I got all these followers not from stand up. I'm book depository girl. All right. Gastor, what about you, man?
I am going to say white. Admittedly, I paused only because of the 2013 Lexus. Like, I don't know why that gave me a little hesitation. I was like, that's a fire car. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Yeah, but I'm going white. Library is it's a weird place to get off. I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah,
also, the actions that she did in it give me white.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right. It's interesting because Kendra is a name I feel like can go either way.
Yes.
But I also appreciate y'all's deductive reasoning. Let's see what the chat room thinks. Oregon State, free space white. White. I didn't know I couldn't do that, Officer White. This is definitely white. White shit. Never heard of this shit. White. OnlyFans announcement. White is the pages on the book she squirted on. Extreme erotic fantasy book influencer. White. The correct answer is white. Congratulations.
Hey. I mean,
well done.
That's not a bad racket.
Yeah, absolutely.
Library girl, that's not bad.
I figured a lot of y'all probably thought she was white too if you didn't know who she is. You know?
Yeah, that's that. And
it's like there's only like 17 black porn stars that people know.
That and also she got sponsorship. I was like, oh, they're throwing things at her.
Right.
Oh,
that's true. You have to be exceptional. You'd have to be exceptional to be a black female porn star to have Fleshlight go, yeah, we want to make one.
Yes, you
because they came out of the box with Jenna Jameson's. That was the first one, the first celebrity one they did.
See, I was thinking of like parents and like what kind of kid would throw away what opportunity. And like I can't think of a black kid that got into that school that would throw it away like that and not have to deal with their parents. I've definitely seen white kids do that shit.
She technically wasn't even registered at the school. She just went in the library and did the video.
Yeah.
Got on their Wi-Fi. But I also don't think a black person would do that. So, I mean, I'll use your Wi-Fi, but I'm not webcamming in that bitch. Like, that's two crimes at the same time. All right, last story. Sword ratchetness. We got to talk about these swords. There's not a cool song for this. There's a long-ass sound effect, though.
Two people fighting.
Sword ratchetness is where we go out around the world, find different articles, and we talk about the scourge of swords in our society. So many people walking around. There's not enough laws on the books. We think we can get gun control. We don't even have sword control. Today is about a man who was carrying a sword and was arrested in Coweta County.
Sword-wielding man
is
under arrest in Coweta County after he allegedly threatened a man and his dogs in a neighborhood.
Well, Fox 5's Doug Evans has the story.
After receiving a 911 call, Coweta deputies responded to Shepherd Drive, where the video shows they found James Arthur Miller walking with a sword. The deputy is seen drawing his gun to confront Miller, who he ordered to the ground and to put the sword down. It all started when a 911 caller told authorities a man with a sword was in his yard threatening him and his dogs. Deputies say they later searched the neighborhood and found Miller with the weapon. Where the sword came from and why Miller had it
that is a wild looking sword.
Woo. That's a very homemade looking sword.
Right? I think that might even be duct tape on the hilt.
Oh no.
That's like he put that sword together today.
Yeah.
Two questions got answered in the deputy's report, but they say Miller was no stranger to the victim. They've had run-ins before.
Oh, for sure. If he comes to your front yard with a sword, he's not a stranger.
I don't know your name and shit.
I don't know what kind of Hatfield versus McCoy shit y'all got going, But that shit didn't start today. Oh,
The whole
man.
town knows about this feud.
Right.
I love the idea of the cop asking, like, okay, was this the first time he's coming to you with a sword? Oh, okay, all right, we'll show up then.
Right. Nah, man, this is Sunday. He just do this every week. Y'all come get him.
The homeowner and the suspect who had the sword didn't know each other. The homeowner had accused him of stealing multiple items from the property previously.
Deputies say no one was hurt in the sword-wielding altercation. Miller is 36 years old. His last address of record is Franklin in Heard County. According to the GBI, Miller was convicted of sexual battery and is a registered sex offender in Heard.
Well, I'm going to be honest. Not on his side. Nothing I've heard yet just made me think he's a good guy or should have a sword. So good, glad we got him off the streets. Good.
What this video is showing me is a good argument for why, like, if you live down south, you should be pro HOAs. All right, this doesn't happen in those neighborhoods. You got fences. You know what I mean? You
Shouldn't
can
even
see
be
this
able
dude
to-
coming.
Nah.
You shouldn't even get over the fence.
I am anti-HOH, even if some motherfucker's gonna run up on me with a bootleg sword.
Well, a sex offender with a sword, you just like, I'll take the risk. HOA.
I will. I mean, I've lived next door to a sex offender before.
Oh, that's right. You in New York.
No. I mean, in Atlanta. Judging by the map, there are only certain places that you can go.
Right.
And also, if you are not making a lot of money and you need a cheap place where they don't do any sort of credit check and you have to pay in cash, those also tend to be the same places that are willing to take sex offenders as tenants. So I've definitely lived next door to a few. They keep to themselves.
That's
Just
why I
don't
only
look sexy. That's all you got to do.
That's it. Compliment their sword every now and then and keep it moving.
Just don't just cover up.
Don't look easy to offend.
Yeah,
they like offending people with
they
their
like
sex.
offending sexy people. So
I'm like I've seen worse. You can move. Leave me alone.
Don't look pierceable by a sword. That's it. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
County. Deputies say they found evidence of illegal drug use when they searched Miller.
Upon a search of this person, they found drug-related objects with drug residue on them.
Deputies booked Miller into the county jail on a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm Doug Evans, Fox 5.
Well, there you go.
Now, you know, you've been arrested too many times when, like, in a 1 minute, like, news clip, they've shown 4 different headshots of you, my G.
Yes.
Yo, like, they got an album of you being in jail? Like, that's crazy work, my G. They didn't repeat a single picture.
Hey, Gastor, they got a mixtape of photos.
Yo, real talk.
Right,
That's
that's how
how
they
look
get-
like a Facebook memory. Like, it's just showing me
Right.
different joints. I'm like, yo, what is this?
He looks at his old mug shot in the police station like, man, I really gotta get it back together, man.
I was breaking wild laws back then.
Right.
Now they get me on sword shit. That ain't even nothing. You know what
You know
I
what's ironic? I never really felt like I looked good even then, but now looking back at it, I didn't look too bad as a sex offender in 1993.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate my looks.
Appreciate it now. Thanks, guys. Can I have my sword back? No? Okay. All right. Tell everybody where to find you if you have any shows coming up. You know, obviously the podcast is the War Report. We listen to it. It's got to be Karen's favorite show. I'm not joking. I hear her in here listening and laughing. It's always y'all, and she's talking like she's the third co-host every time.
Dude,
it's adorable.
I wish y'all could see me. And the thing is, sometimes I get mad because I get busy. So sometimes I have to binge y'all. Like I'm like, okay, I'm busy. I want to listen to the show. Like, goddamn.
I just hear her in here being like, Gastor, you can't do that. And I'm like, oh.
that was the secondary name.
Yeah.
Gastor, you can't do that.
Real talk. For a while, I thought that was my actual name, just in life.
But yeah, if y'all have any like shows where you want to find your social media, Shalewa, then Gastor.
Okay. All my social media is at Silky Jumbo, all one word, traditional spelling. I will actually be a little out and about next week. There's a friend of mine who's a musician named Shanali Bomik, and she's great. I've known her a long time, and she just released a new album. It's very new wave, kind of 80s new wave, and she's going on tour. So I will be opening for her for a few shows. So like Thursday, August 22nd, I will be in Nashville. I think that's called the Underground at Nashville, doing comedy before she plays her music. Friday, the August 23rd, I'll be in Atlanta at the Star Bar to open for her. And Saturday, the 24th, I'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina.
What?
At the Snug Harbor. Yeah.
Oh, we might have to come see you.
Yeah.
I've never met you. See, Roger get to meet everybody. I don't get to meet everybody.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bring Karen just so that I can keep the streak going.
Child.
I know. All right, we're going. I'm going.
Yeah, we're gonna get tickets.
Yes, I'm getting some new music. It's on. Gastor, what about you, man?
Yeah, you can catch me on all social medias at Gastor Almonte. I will actually plug something that one of our listeners recently mentioned. Our albums. Shalewa Sharp has 2 brilliant albums. So you just out here and stay eating cookies. And I got Immigrant Made. Please check them out on all your streaming services.
See, I didn't even know this. I've listened to you on your own podcast and multiple appearances on other shows.
We are so bad. And Gastor better than I am. And
real talk, I got called out about it this week. Like one of our listeners said, like, yo, like I just heard that you guys have albums. You mentioned it in passing, and I downloaded it. And she's like, I've been listening to y'all for 3 years. Didn't know either of you had albums. So
Please, what?
So,
give me the name one more time. Give me the name.
My album is called Immigrant Made, and Shalewa has 2 albums out. So you just out here and stay eating cookies.
Yeah, I think the first time we had Shalewa on, we were promoting their album. So like, full circle moment. So make sure y'all do that. Yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. Please go listen to their show. It's so good. If you like us, you'll love them. It's absolutely Kara's favorite show. It's no joke.
It is, and I tweeted y'all this, and I mean it. If y'all ever go premium, I got 5. Like y'all if for real, like if y'all decide to put that second show behind the paywall, you got my money.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. I say the other end of it too. If y'all ever say, yo, we launching the podcast network, hit us up. Real talk.
Y'all on our list. If we ever decide to go fully black capitalist, y'all on the nepotism list.
Yes, y'all are.
Because black nepotism different. Black nepotism different. You know what I'm saying? Because it's normally, I mean, we only give you a chance because you can do the job.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Job. All right. It's like, well, shit, give them a chance. There was no other way. We'll be back Saturday for our feedback show. Tomorrow we're doing a sports show with Justin, and then Thursday I'm going to see the new Alien movie. Karen will not see it. So y'all that are premium that want the movie reviews, I'll give you the solo movie review of that. So it's going to be a busy week. But until then, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye everybody.